So welcome guys to the second round of the Formula 1 Magenta World Championship here at Silverstone, which is a classic track in Formula 1 because it was the first race in Formula 1 actually in 1950. So with a track length of 5.8 kilometers, almost as long as Spa, but certainly a bit faster with all the fast left and right corners, especially Sheppel and Maggots and Beckett's, which are, well, everyone knows these corners because they're like super fast, especially in these cars. Turn 1 is going to be really exciting because, well, it's a flat right-hander in these cars, and to start, everyone wants to get in front basically. Also, it's the first pole for David Wassermann, so that's going to be exciting for him because he has never started on pole yet. And chance of a safety car, I don't think that much high like in Interlagos, because there's like many areas to go off, and I don't think we'll have so many collisions into the first lap. But I'm just going to give it over to Nico because he has some statistics from the last race that might be exciting.
Of course, this is the second round of the season, but very important today, we are missing 3 people of the top 5 in the Drivers' Championship. With Joseph Skidmore, Kevin Jäger and Alejandro Fernandez missing, obviously Max Helmut, the championship leader, Justin Meister and Stefan Holzkamp, and of course also David Wassermann as a number SWR driver, they will look to improve themselves as much as possible in this race. At the moment, we have in the lead for the Constructor Championship, Aston Martin Red Bull with Helmut's victory. Then Good Smile Racing, who won't be able to improve this race since none of the drivers are there. In third, we have Audi Sport F1 team, both drivers here as always, as we know it so far from other championships as well. They'll try to profit the most from this. Behind that, we have Porsche with 50 points, which will also stay in their place as they are right now. Then the Magenta Warriors team, Scuderia Guerreros de Magenta, with only Oscar Hartwig being present today. SWR with the 6th and 8th place last race. Very disappointing result with Wassermann hitting trouble right in the first lap and Stefan Holzkamp having a bit of trouble in mid-race. Behind that is Flat Spot, who has one car, which has one car present today, I think.
No, it's
both
2.
of them.
Both
Actually,
of them.
sorry. With Sven Schmidtlein and Marco Lenz. And then we have the 2 debuting teams, each with 1 driver, Anschluss Motorsport and Fiat Jaguar F1 team.
And Johnny Walker D&D Formula 1 team with Dennis Wischmann, an old face from the past. Also Dan is back, so he will be back next race, he just has no internet today. And with no further ado, I would say, we can go into the race, I guess.
Wait. Question from Helmut, if we could quickly wait for Kai Schroer. Late entry to the race, the 2nd Aston Martin Red Bull driver, which will obviously improve the chances of Red Bull to keep their championship lead today.
Kai obviously also new. We basically pulled him in to be Max's teammate, so he has one in the 2nd Aston Martin Red Bull. So everyone gets a bit of a feel now for the track as we prepare for the race, as we wait for Kai to join. And it's 25 laps around here. The rumor is that the super soft tire can do 1 stint on the whole race, so this is going to be really exciting on which tire compound everyone starts. But I would say we just wait for Kai now and then begin the British Grand Prix, the 2nd round. There we go, guys. Just a small new introduction. And now we are back to the normal commentary. It's gonna improve over the season. It was just quickly thought up, so that's gonna be good. And we're just waiting for Kai to join. Hopefully he can make it in a few minutes. It's not like we are on We are a bit after the schedule, but we just give Kai the few minutes. Then we should be fine. Also the safety car obviously driven again by Nico, who's also co-commentating.
So this will be good fun again.
Yep. I don't think we'll see it. Like I said in the pre-briefing, I think there's so much room here that you... Well, it's not like Interlagos, where you like bin one corner and instantly into the wall. Here it's like you maybe get on the curb wrong and then just spin out a bit. Seems like Marco is starting on the super softs because he's already trying start on them. So we're gonna see what happens. So let's just wait for Kai. I guess he had a mismatch because he didn't have the newest livery pack. So we're just waiting. Normally we don't wait. But yeah. Can't be a bad boy all the time. Yeah. So Nico, are you excited for the strategy calls? Do you think anyone will actually try to do it on a one stop? Or maybe not on a one stop, but like literally starting on the super soft and going for the full race? Because I see many people actually driving with the ultra soft and trying pit stops. Like Stefan is actually now with Wassermann. Stefan, also Wassermann already trying the Park Fermé to park in first place. So
Someone's very confident there.
let's see how confident Stefan is. Oh, Stefan is a good boy. Goes into second. But yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited about the strategy calls here because I think no stopping, like the last time we actually had that in F1 was probably in the 80s.
Nope. It was in the 2007, I think. Or was it 7? Was it? It was 7, I think. We remember no tire change, the rule, when Kimi lost his...
Oh yeah.
That wasn't 2007, sorry, it was 2000... Must have been 5? Kimi was a
Something like
McLaren. Oh, hello, it's Mr. Illumina whatever. It's freaking... Forgot his name, it's Joseph. There we go. So yeah, 2 more minutes, 1 more minute until we go. You're so kind of me. Yeah, I know. So this will be... Normally we don't do this. Normally we are like, well, we fucked up. But when you are nice and... then it might be okay. Kai, please. Don't make everyone wait. Max can be lucky because I have the timer excellently set up to 2.5 hours because of practicing. It's your boy Kai. Come on. Come on, Kai. You're holding everything up. Yeah, just give him time to load in. Come on, car. Load. His PC just needs to load a bit faster, because I don't want to crash his PC. There we go. You won!
Juan.
There we go. It's race time. Oh, please, Rick. Now it would be funny if Kai dies. So yeah, remember, Nico? Grid after the race start.
Yep. Else I'd have to do an entire outlap, which would be
Not good.
humorous, but not good.
So here we are, 25 laps. Let's try to take a look at the tires when people actually would grid. I think most people are just waiting. There we go, first person. Super softs. Super softs on Kai and the Red Bull guys, I think. I think that's super soft on the Audi. No, that's ultra soft.
Ultra soft on both Audis. Ultra soft on the magenta car.
Half the grid is not gridding, by the way.
Both SWRs on ultra softs.
So it was a ruse. Here we go.
Giesinger also on ultra softs. Wiechmann on the super softs, and the lights are out, and it's go for the British Grand Prix, and it's Kai Schröer drive-through penalty for a jump start or something.
It looks like it. We have issues, big issues at the beginning.
Meister is off and he's spinning.
We have more issues, I think. We have collisions all over the place.
Oh! There's a car around, it's Wagner. And another car around, it's Lenz.
I'm just gonna quickly look at the start replays in a moment. At the moment looks like Oscar's leading from David to Maximilian, then Stefan, Max, then Reichel, then Wiechmann. Then it's Schmidtlein, Schröer, Justin, Lenz and Wagner. Meanwhile, Nico's getting into position if he's being called on. But they're going to the quick S's here. Everyone seems to keep their line. It's pretty bad if you get offline here.
But during all this chaos, Hardwick has taken the lead. Wassmann in second, and I don't. There's Holzkamp in fourth place in the second SWR car. So Giesinger had gained 2 fucking places in this start. Amazing.
So as this happens, we're gonna take a quick look at the start.
Schröer also not yet taking. Oh my god, there's the car around. It's Holzkamp.
That's bad. Just gonna take a quick look at the start. Oh, Wassermann gets hit by Reichel. That's lucky to be even intact. And then one of the Red Bulls bumps out David. But lets the position go again. So we are back at the actual replay. Taking another look at Stefan's spin. I think he just came onto the marbles, I guess, and spun out.
Meanwhile, Wagner has spun off again in the infield section.
Oscar leading second lap. Everyone seems to be on the ultra soft, besides the Red Bull guys. They are on supers. So is Dennis, also on the supers. Kai on the supers. Yeah, he too, yeah. And Wagner is on the ultras. But a really tight battle there at the front.
Wassermann now right on Hardwick's tail. And Giesinger not too far behind. But it's lap 3 now, so DRS is open.
The drag reduction system gives you a bit on an edge on the straight if you're in the gap for 1 second. Seems like some drivers don't know that it exists. Feel like it. A small spin from Justin. Also a little bit under the radar, like you said earlier, Giesinger in 3rd place in his Jaguar in his first race. So he like slipped by when everyone else had issues.
Meanwhile, we have Wiechmann and Schnittlein through Megitz and Beckett, and Wiechmann did have an issue there at the exit of, I don't remember if it's Stowe or Corps.
No, Cops is the first right fast one on the old start finish.
Alright.
That's and Stowe is it's not there. Stowe is the one where you know the Nico Rosberg shield.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But there was someone still hunting down Oscar. I wonder if Oscar will throw it away. We saw that in Interlagos, that he suddenly locked up his brakes and smashed it into a wall after trying to catch Max after the safety car.
And Schröder seems to be having an issue. I think he just sped into pits, delivering his drive-through penalty, and okay, he finally seems to have found the pit limiter.
Yeah, he's serving his drive-through penalty. And he got another one, so bad day for Kai.
A not so bad day though for Stefan Holzkamp, considering what happened earlier now. Already back up into 8th place and now gaining on Dennis Wiechmann. But even better day for Max Reichel in the Audi number 7.
Yeah, in 4th position at the moment. Helmut seems to have issues. Now on the DRS obviously, but it's way too far away.
His amazing drive and composure and complete like constant performance from Interlagos doesn't seem to be present here.
I heard him say that he has issues here. He doesn't like the track that much, like he did in Interlagos. He like expected to have the same pace, but couldn't find it, so we're gonna see the Red Bull struggling here maybe a bit. Off track.
Struggling indeed a bit. Just can't quite find the aero grip to take turn 1 flat out behind another car.
Meanwhile, Oscar still leading.
Since he is on soft, maybe he has planned that he can keep up this pace through the entire race.
Yeah, that would be...
Maybe can profit on the pit stop of other people then.
The other question is, maybe he is actually on the strategy to actually try, you know, to one stint this race. Because apparently it's possible, but just a bit dodgy at times. Oscar having a bit of a bad time there in Beckett's. DRS open.
Right on his back now. Is he gonna make a move? Not yet. We're already coming up for the first bit of back markers, and sorry, that's not Marco Lenz, that is Christian Wagner, who's on his roof.
But where is he?
They just lapped him.
Oh, he's fine now, I think. Yeah, coming back on the... Don't know how that happened. Let's take a look. Spun off turn 1 into the wall, into the marshals, and got flipped. Seems to be fine now.
Those are some strong marshals there.
Yeah. And a strong car. I mean, he spun out of turn 1 into the wall. And almost
Somehow
no damage.
He was safe, even without a halo.
Yeah, somehow he survived. Not as intended.
True miracle.
So Oscar still leading, while Power of Cothworth David just can't find the way. Maybe he's just waiting. But also the dirty air seems to be hindering the speed. Fast corners for sure. Oh god, I said it. And he goes, he looks, but he can't do it.
And the other SWR car is also there, and Wagner has spun off again in Meggetts and Beckett's this time. And while trying to accelerate again, he spins off again. Just doesn't seem to have any grip on the car at the moment.
And he's having massive split spots. Stefan meanwhile hunting down
Is he
flat
going for
spot.
the move? He is, and oh, very late lunge, but he made it work.
Sven also having dirty tires might be an issue. At
Yep.
least for me at the moment. Take a while to clean off.
Reichel having a slight lockup there, but he's still in front of Helmut. And Helmut is too far away to hunt down his namesake with DRS.
Last point position at the moment, Kai in 10th place. In his first race, not expecting much. Christian going for a pit stop, putting on another set of ultra softs. Probably tires were super flat spotted, I guess.
Oh, and that's Helmut! Helmut
Spins
spinner
out.
of Meggetts and Beckett's.
Let's take a look at the replay. Probably hits the
Swan
curb,
too
I
much
guess.
car there, I think.
Yeah, he made a small error on turn and turned in too much. Wanted to correct that, but that was the mistake. Should have just kept it in.
And already breathing down his neck is Stefan Holzkamp here.
Just wondering if there will be a move.
Using every bit of the track and a little bit more. Locks up a tiny bit.
It looks like also if you look at Stefan's tires, they seem to be a bit worn. But I don't think
After all.
they are that bad yet.
But with that spinner, Helmut is also giving himself more wear.
Yeah.
So it's definitely gonna be very hard now for him to pull off his strategy.
Stefan there a bit off track. Wasserman still hunting down Oscar with a yellow. It's already gone.
Nope, that is Wagner again.
He's
Very
having
careful about the
issues.
rejoin.
Look at this airbox. That looks funny.
It's straightened out again for me.
Oh, for me it's broken.
Yeah, for me it was broken earlier. I just realized a very big meme on Wagner's car as well.
Yeah, the
where he has
ATUs.
Automobilista and he has race room on it.
Oh yeah, that's also on the flat spot cars. David maybe for a move here. On Oscar. On the outside. Will Oscar...
On the outside, and can he make it stick? He can.
Oscar,
So
Oscar's really trying. Who gets the better exit?
both of them
Should
are
be
really
David.
trying side by side down the old front straight.
What will happen here, guys? Will they lift? Oh god!
Both of them lift. They can make it stick together.
You can't take the entire track. Oh god!
What a fight! Absolutely unbelievable.
It was a bit mental there.
But Wasserman has DRS again, now breathing down Hardwick's neck, going for the outside again. Hardwick trying to make it stick, but he just doesn't have the speed.
But Oscar also very aggressive on the
Going for the
defending.
outside again, into the last chicane.
Now has the inside, if he can make it.
No,
Oh!
but
That was
slight-
wheel spin, just a wheel spin, so That was a small error there. Goes for the inside.
For turn 1.
Don't hit that curb.
Side by side. Now to turn 3 in the arena section. But Wasserman is a bit too far ahead for Hardwick to make a move. And at the exit of Maggots and Beckett's, we have another spinner apparently. Or a lockup or anything, and the only person I can see in that area. Oh my
Oscar,
God.
the first time he uses DRS and catches him. It literally, that was... you know what's funny? He kept it open the entire spin. So yeah, Oscar getting caught out by DRS. Yeah, literally. He opens it and loses the rear end. And lost the position to Giesinger, who's now in second place. It was a really nice battle there by David and Oscar.
Now for P7 we have another battle. Meister versus Schmidtline, Audi versus Flat Spot. But also Holzkamp against Helmut.
Yeah, Helmut seems to struggle hard on this track. Also, I wonder when we will... I think the guys on Ultrasoft will pit in at least 2 laps. 2 to 3 laps.
That would be the window where they would pit, probably for the normal duration. They would make half the race on these tires and then... But that's not quite yet, and we'll see if Helmut would pit or not.
For some reason his tires are not cleaning up. I think that's just an issue of the track. Sometimes they clean up and then they don't.
Oh, but Wasserman is apparently heading into the pits now. So is Wiechmann. No, not Wiechmann. That was a display error here. So is Hardwick.
So yeah, like I said, the pit window opens now.
And a person in the pit entrance, but not going into the pits, but into the wall, is Christian Wagner.
Yeah, he's having issues the entire race. But at least he's the only one with the issues and keeps it to himself. So the gap here is, let's see the gap. The gap from David to Max is 18 seconds. There's a very slow pit lane here. You have to consider that. Because we go 60 here.
80 kilometers now actually for the race.
Oh, 80, okay.
And Giesinger very late lunged into the pit lane as well, and Oscar didn't pit in the end.
Question is, Max could actually, if he wants to this, he has there's a brake marker on the track, it got now removed. I think Max will be in the lead when everyone pits.
Who's this? That was...
I think it was Sven spinning.
No, that was Marco Lenz. Spinning off in the last 2 corners of the track.
So yeah, Oscar at the moment leading. Obviously not pitted. Then it's Max Reichel in second. Not pitted yet. Max in third on his super softs. Stefan not pitted.
Right behind his teammate. And Stefan is gonna pit this lap.
Question is, will Stefan let David through? Yeah, he does. Because David obviously on a really fast tire and he needs to make up time.
Taking one for the team here, and also Stefan will probably profit a little bit from the DRS as well then.
Yeah, just needs to watch out, not like Oscar spinning out opening it.
But yeah, the top 2 are also gonna head into the pits this lap. Hardwick now gonna lunge into the pit lane.
Yeah, there is.
And Reichel also gonna lunge into the pit lane. Gonna give up that podium spot at the moment from Audi.
Oh, there's a really damaged car on the track. That's Wagner. Yeah, that's broken. Oh,
that is more than broken.
It's really, really damaged. Brings it back to the pits. So we have pit stops now for Stefan, Max and Oscar. Oscar already leaving. That should be a really long stop for Christian, because that car seemed proper broken. And Wassermann took the lead back. And more importantly, look, Oscar overtook Giesinger in the pits.
Undercut did work there.
And also Giesinger on the super soft now.
Oh, I think that might have been a little misjudgment then by him.
Or maybe an error, I don't know.
No, I mean, he is on the super softs, so he probably would have changed it to ultra softs like Oscar did. An error in the pit menu or something else.
Or maybe haven't read the rules.
Maybe the mechanics lost his tires like they did with Ricciardo in Monaco.
Yeah, where are the tires?
Maybe someone stole his steering wheel.
But that also means he's probably gonna have better tires near the end of the race if he stays in touch with Oscar. And according to the pace we saw in the first stint, that should be possible for him.
This lap, heading into the pits, is gonna be Sven Schmidtline.
And we have Kai off, broken
And
nose,
that's the front. Yeah, that's the front missing.
and the left rear punctured, looks like.
Yep.
So he's gonna spin out here, on command. Looks really bad.
Not yet.
I think he knows it's broken. The rear. But he's not... There's no one around him, so... It's no danger, really. Christian off into the gravel.
That could also be a danger. Good car control there though from Schröer.
Yeah, keeping it out of the walls. In the pit lane now. Actually stopping the car, I think. Oh, he was looking for the pit limiter, I think. Gotta make sure. What is interesting is that Max is still, of course, driving on the super softs, but Oscar doesn't seem to catch him. Even though Oscar's now on a personal best lap, 126.4.
But also, Oscar passed Griesinger.
Yeah. It happened right after the pit stops, I think. Tires being different, of course. Yellow flag, someone spun, I guess. It was Christian. And Wassermann at the moment leading with a 3-second gap to Max, who's actually trying, I think, to one-stop this, because the window is closing now. Because if he would pit now, he would come out after Stefan, it would be 7th place. He would have fresh tires, but it would be too late. The gap is also seems... The gap to Oscar seems also to be the same at the moment. It was around 3 seconds, I think, last lap. Meanwhile, Wassermann goes on a new fastest lap. And Max is off a bit. Misjudged turn 2 there and turn 3. That's bad. Oscar on the curb. Makes a small mistake.
And with those errors, 3 seconds can very quickly crumble away.
Especially with used tires.
And especially with someone like Oscar Hardwick breathing down your neck.
Yeah, that's also true.
And Wagner's off again.
But like I said earlier, at least he's like... These tires look pretty flat spotted. But at least it always happens when there's no one around.
Oh, and that's Schröer also having spun.
Schröer being in 11th, Christian off again. Marco in 10th, picking up the last point at the moment.
He's pulling a Massa in 2008, isn't he?
Yeah, spinning all the time. Stefan, I'm a bit surprised by Max, actually, by Reichel. He's in 5th place, keeping a solid
he's got
gap.
very good pace now.
I think Reichel can just push more because he feels safe behind the halo.
Very important here as well. Hardwick right behind Max Helmut here, but yellow flag, no overtaking, because we have a spun out.
Yeah,
Here.
Oscar learned from his lesson with the DRS and opened it on the straight and not in the corner. Overtook Max. But even if Max would finish on the podium, that would be a really good call on the strategy, I think. Starting, I think he started 4th, would finish 3rd. But it can still work, we don't know. There's still many laps to go. The moment it looks like David is cruising to victory. Off track there for Max, for Helmut. And Giesinger's closing in.
Oh, and Wagner, very big off at Maggots and Beckett's, and he's flipping again, almost.
And his wing is off.
Oh, I was about to say, these tires do not look good. And he's just standing there now.
I think we leave it there, I guess.
No, I think he's actually gonna continue.
Don't really know what he's doing. Maybe he's just... I think he's waiting. I don't know.
I think he wants to maybe call the safety car.
We're not falling for these foolish tricks.
I think as he's standing right there, though, he is rather unsafe.
Now he's moving again. I think he's just waiting. Yeah, gave up.
He reset now.
Sven Schmidtlein being lapped by Reichel, not by Reichel, by the other Audi driver, by Justin and Dennis.
Speaking of Reichel, Holzkamp has caught up to him almost.
And also Giesinger has caught up to Helmut.
Both of them on super softs, but it could just mean that the new super softs are by far better than the used ones over 19 laps now. With
Yeah.
Also 6 laps to go.
Stefan with a new personal best, a 126.5.
Giesinger is in the range for DRS. DRS is open.
But he's too far back, I think.
Won't be able to make a move yet, yes, but already sucking himself on there.
Stefan also in the DRS window of Reichel, but also too far back. But we still have 6 laps to go, like you just said. We have pit stop from Reichel, from Marco Lenz, putting on new hyper softs, putting on new ultra softs. Meanwhile, David goes into lap 20 with a comfortable lead of 11 seconds, followed by Oscar. And maybe a move here from Giesinger. Looks like it.
Down the inside. Can he make the undercut? No, he can't.
But there's a small oversteer moment there from Giesinger, so yeah, gets it back.
Giesinger is not done yet, right in the rear wing of Helmut. He's looking for the inside of turn 1, just
This
like
might be
Hartmann
bad
did
for
before.
Max, for Helmut, because no grip on these tires. So hard when they have the same name.
Which of the Maxes? And now the best thing is, when you go one position behind, there's another Max, Reichel.
Yeah, it's Reichel, it's Max, Max and Maximilian, so everything is Max.
And now Stefan Holzkamp is also in the DRS range of Max Reichel, so we'll now see...
Helmut didn't try it actually.
Oh.
It was weird, he had to run, but didn't try it. There we have the confirmation from Christian Wagner. He thought he lost the wheel. That's why he stopped there. But it was probably just a puncture being shown on the damage screen. That's why he thought he would be out there. And he couldn't get the flow right.
That's another way of saying it.
But it looks like Giesinger's pulling away from Helmut, who didn't try it when he had to run. Maybe not the trust in the tires is a bit gone at this point. Because you can see how Giesinger's just pulling away now.
Yep.
But still a brave call from Max, and even if he finishes in 4th, he would finish where he started. So...
Now Holzkamp right on the back of Reichel, and can he make it work around the outside after that little almost spinner from Reichel? He's on the outside for turn 1, but Reichel backs out, settles for P6 for now. And Holzkamp back up to P5. Pretty good recovery drive considering at the start of the race of this very unfortunate spin.
He sadly still lost 3 positions, started in 2nd. But it's a recovery drive, like you said. Also good teamwork with him, with his teammate. When the strategy mattered, he let him through. So that's good team play. Just looking to get the best result for the team.
But either way, the 6th and 7th place is nothing to be ashamed of for the Audi Sport F1 team. Last race 5th and 7th. But they will be on very equal terms here, and this will be also very good constant results so far for their team's championship. And they also had a huge increase in pace compared to the last round.
Yeah. And they're making no errors. They're making the right calls on the strategy.
Indeed.
And the fact that some teams like can't make this round, like this Good Smile Racing and one of the Magenta cars, is also good for the... Yeah, that too, yeah. The points matter. In the end it comes down to the driver championship, but if you can win as a team, that's also a good, really good sign.
But we had another very interesting development so far. The laps are running out as it is at the moment, but Holzkamp is really pushing right now, and he is gaining second upon second on Helmut. And knowing Stefan, he will really want that P4.
I think he will run out of time though. That's a gap of 6 seconds, so he would have to go 2 seconds quicker per lap. So that's really asking much.
Probably building on another error here, maybe.
Even though he made
From
half a
Helmut.
second during Maggots, Beckett's and Chapel. So this is maybe a battle to watch. Gonna look how the gap is on the start-finish. For Max it is now 6 seconds to 5th place, and Stefan goes over the line. It is 5.5, so he lost half a second there. So 5.5 seconds. Not lapped, of course. At the moment, no battles all around, but that could be a thing. Kai got back his 10th place, so it's probably gonna be a points finish for him after having massive trouble at the beginning with the false start and the drive-through for the speeding and another drive-through for the speeding during the speeding. So 1 point should be satisfying there. Meanwhile goes on a also personal best. Our eyes are on Max and Stefan. Because
But
that
which,
gap...
so Max and Stefan or Max and Stefan? Stefan is in a Max sandwich right now.
The thing is, the gap is 5.3 seconds, and now it's 4.4 again. So it's really hard to say. The laps are going away, that's also the problem. Can't stop David from doing laps. And even if we would stop David, Oscar would just continue. So the gap now is just 3 seconds, I think. Yeah, he's closing in. Gap to Stefan 3.8. 2 more laps.
He's really closing in now.
The problem is if he catches him, but then he also needs to overtake him. So
So we know from last round that Max Helmut is not an easy person to pass.
yeah. And he wants that 4th place because he wants... But he's really struggling on the rear. That car has seen the best of it.
That rear, he needs that rear for the traction out of corners, for the grip in the corners, and, well, because it's the rear end of the car where the drivetrain is.
So 1 more lap. Stefan not in the DRS window. I think he would have needed
Not
that.
quite yet.
I think he needs actually 1 more lap to actually do it.
But either way so far, what a charge by Holzkamp.
There's no way he's making that up. 2.2 seconds. The only thing that can help Stefan now is a mistake by Max.
Yep. And so far as we can see, that mistake isn't happening, but the gap is just melting away.
.9 seconds now.
Can he make it until the next DRS zone? Through these long corners, he gains a lot of time because he has that much more rear traction and the better grip from the ultra softs. But can he make it? Will he get enough time through old turn 1, Maggots and Beckett's?
On a small note, David crossing the line, winning his first race for SWR after a dominant performance.
Not being able to be upset by anything.
Stefan uses everything he has. 1.2
Not in
seconds.
the DRS window, so I don't think he will be able to make it.
You would have to pull a really big Ricardo now into the last chicane, but I don't think that's happening.
Still what a charge.
Like 1 more lap, like I said, 1 more lap.
If you would have had 1 more lap indeed, that
Yeah, that was 1 more lap literally. But it was a good race by Max. He was the only one who actually did it. It was possible. And he did it.
Whether it was the better strategy remains to be discussed, but congratulations David Wassermann for his first victory.
Who tried to burn out and got stuck on the curbs.
Congratulations to Oscar Hardwick for his well-deserved P2.
His
And
final
very big
points.
congratulations to Maximilian Giesinger in the Hiat Jaguar F1 Racing team on his debut in the Magenta Virtual Racing Entertainment F1 Championship and instantly a 3rd place. So we're gonna have a very competitive team on our hands probably.
Yeah. 4th place, of course, to Max, who held out good to the end. These tires are probably really done.
And a big celebration from both Audis in 6th and 7th.
Stefan finishing in 5th after having a bit of a disappointment because of the spin earlier. And yeah, like you said, Reichel and Meister finishing 6th and 7th. That's a good finish for the Audi drivers. Dennis also in his first debut race 8th place. Then it's Sven in 9th. And 10th place goes to Kai in his debut. And 11th place obviously to Marco, who just parks it so no one else can get into Park Fermé. Here they come. Probably want to try it, at least. That's not how you do it, Stefan. But yeah, that was the second round of the MVRE F1 Championship. We're gonna take a quick screenshot. The results quickly, just for you guys again. David Wasserman finishing his second race of the season. Of course, everyone's second race, but it's a win. For the first win for him, and the first win for SWR. Then it's second place for Oscar, his first points finish of the season. Third place is Maxi Miljan Giesinger on his debut in third place. And then it's Max, Helmut in fourth, Stefan Holzkamp fifth, Max Reichel sixth, Justin Meister 7th, Dennis Wieschmann 8th, Sven Schmidtlein 9th, Kai Schröer 10th, Marco Lenz 11th, and our only retiree with suspension damage being Christian Wagner in this race. So I would say thanks for watching, and we will be back next week. Just gonna quickly look where we actually will be.
I think it will be Red Bull Ring.
Yeah, I think it will be Austria, that might be right. Just gonna have a quick look so we know the exact date. So that should be fun again, because that's, I think the Red Bull Ring will bring interesting tire strategies. And yeah, it is the Red Bull Ring on the 22nd of April, so next week, same time, be here, and it's gonna be fun at the Red Bull Ring. So
Be there or be square.
yeah, and we're gonna have the drivers will come back that were not here today, so we're gonna have, it's gonna be really exciting next week actually, because Red Bull Ring has many overtaking opportunities, and I think we're gonna see maybe a one stop again on the Super Soft. So we will see. I guess we see you guys next time and over the week with other games. So goodbye and thanks for watching.